Ohio State, Michigan next weekend, but where will Coach Harbaugh be? Well, we had a conversation with some of the Buckeye community yesterday, and it seems like Ohio State wants Harbaugh reinstated. They want no excuses. So there's growing sentiment really across social media. Ohio State, their fans, they want Jim Harbaugh reinstated for next week's game. JP, as the Buckeye, what do you think?
Yeah, this is an interesting thing, right? Because I think even initially when the suspension came down about a week ago, there were a lot of Ohio State fans that were like, you know, if they suspend him for Penn State and Maryland, that's perfectly fine. We want Jim Harbaugh on the sideline there because people want their revenge and they want the head coach to be there. There were also rumblings on social media last night that Gene Smith and Ryan Day were pushing behind the scenes to get Jim Harbaugh back reinstated. Now, there are two schools of thought on this. The first school of thought is that, you know, if Ryan Day was the one, or the reports are out there that he was the one that hired the PI firm, right, then this would be a nice brand-saving move to say, oh, no, no, no. We didn't want him to get suspended. We want him right here, right now. You know, we want to have Jim Harbaugh there on the sidelines for the game when you win. There's another school of thought, and I think that both of them are true, that says that if Jim Harbaugh is not there, it is a lose-lose for Ryan Day, even if Ohio State wins. Because if they win, you would have only beaten Sharon Moore, who is a wonderful coach, but he is not an experienced head coach, has no experience coaching this game in this rivalry. And if you lose, well, damn, you lost to Sharon Moore. He's never coached in this game. This is a guy who doesn't have the experience. So I think from both standpoints, it makes sense that there would be rumblings of this.
Dave Cushman was in the comments, and it just popped up on our screen saying he doesn't think Ryan Day cares. He thinks it matters more to Ryan Day. Like, he just wants a win over Michigan, right? Ryan Day doesn't care about beating Michigan at full strength. The man is fighting for his job and would happily take a win against America's team any way he can get it.
Do we know he's fighting for his job?
That's what I'm saying. I just don't feel that's accurate. But do you think he'll take a win either way, or do you think
he would? I think he would prefer the win with Jim Harbaugh there.
Prefer the win with Jim Harbaugh,
I don't think that's like a crazy thing to go out there and say. And quite frankly, I don't think it would be a wild thing to question if he desires that Jim Harbaugh's there for the reasons that I put out there. I think truly the job, maybe you want to say the job is on the line. If Jim Harbaugh's not there and you lose to Sharon, then maybe people start asking the question.
So the risk reward is, yeah.
But if you lost again to Jim Harbaugh, you would also still be a New Year's Six Bowl team. 3 out of the 5 years under Ryan Day, you would have made it to the college football playoff, and the other 2 years, you would have been in a New Year's Six Bowl game. It's really hard to fire a guy with a track record like that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, got a hearing tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, and I know this is something that everybody's following around the conference here, trying to see if Jim Harbaugh can be reinstated through the court process there. When you think about this hearing, where do you project that this is going to come out?
You know, the weird thing about this is we've heard breaking news and leaks throughout this entire process, but I don't see Pete Thamel talking about the breaking news of this hearing, right? I think it's up in the air, and it's anyone's guess of what happens. The one thing I would point to, well, the court is in Washtenaw County, which is right there. Basically, there's a Washtenaw Drive running right through the heart of the Ann Arbor campus. I believe the judge has Michigan ties as well, right? So you would probably feel pretty good if you're a Michigan fan about this ruling, but I do not have any insider information. I have nothing to leak for you. I think we'll all be tuning in on the edge of our seats to see how that thing gets ruled.
Yeah, I think the intriguing part about leaks when it comes to this is like the court system, if it did have leaks, would, I think, jeopardize our belief in democracy and accountability through there. The other thing, too, is I know the Big Ten was very careful when they wrote their letter. They described some interviews that had taken place and some evidence that they had uncovered that they wanted to keep confidential and needed to remain confidential. Now, I'm not sure if this is something that would play into the Big Ten's hand when they go in for this hearing. But to your point, it doesn't seem like anything has changed dramatically since we found out that the hearing was going to be on Friday, and so we'll figure out exactly what happens.
Yeah, I mean, you're exactly right. It would erode trust in the court system. The whole point of the court is to hear both sides, be presented a case, and then make a ruling. So, of course, there'll be no leaks. But